Hi, beautiful soul. Shirley Joy Weiss here, and taking a little bit of a break, just relaxed on my couch in between client sessions and a lot of creative work I have in store for me today. And the theme this week that I've been really delving deeply into, because that's the theme I'm teaching in my Birth Your Big Vision Feminine Leadership Launchpad, is divine confidence. And really, what is divine confidence? And as I've been sharing with the ladies, it's really moving from a deep place of inherent, innate confidence. And here's what I wanted to just share with all of you briefly to inspire this topic in you and inspire some deep, really felt confidence in you. You know, there's so much misconception in the self-development movement, in spirituality, in psychology even, that it's going to take so much work, so much heavy lifting in order to grow, in order to develop confidence, just to stay on topic, right? Like confidence to not just do the things that you feel called to do, whether it's, leave a relationship or take like a big leap into expanding your business or even just starting a business, right? Leaving a job to do something your heart is calling to do. It's not just that kind of confidence, right? But the confidence through which you remain curious and relaxed and faith-filled and joyful in life, right? Because when you're living in life from a deep felt sense of divine innate confidence, the uncertain, the unknown, change, difficulty doesn't necessarily scare you the way it once did. And you come from a place of deep curiosity and embracing and not accepting from a place of just like, oh yeah, I'm going to accept this because it's for my highest good. There's a lot of that kind of level of acceptance, especially in the spiritual world, but you're still coming from a place of fear. Can you feel that energy of fear still in it? Where it's like, I'm just going to tell myself this to make myself feel better. It's not even that kind of superficial acceptance, but rather a really deep acceptance that comes from just knowing that everything is unfolding in a really true sense, knowing for our highest good, right? That everything is immaculately designed beyond what I can imagine to serve my evolution, to serve my remembering of my highest self, to serve me coming back home into the true center of my being, the one that is secure and calm already in the most efficient manner, right? To help me return to living life from this unshakable, eternal seat of my soul, rather than from living it through the limited eyes of my ego. And ultimately, everything in life is serving that. And moving forward with deep, deep confidence is moving forward knowing that and really embracing everything from there with an air of curiosity. Well, how is this serving me? How is this the greatest opportunity? How is this latest crashing wave on top of me perfect? And being curious, even just resting in that. And so to bring it back around, the message that I really wanted to say is that it doesn't take a lot of heavy lifting to get to that level of confidence. Because that level of confidence is who we innately are. This level of confidence is not really something we cultivate. Rather, it's something we unlearn back into. We've been just so habitually caught up in our thinking in our head and identifying with parts that are just temporary illusions in our mind with getting all caught up in fear and insecurity and control and expectations and getting all caught up in like making sure everything comes out all right and creating systems of safety for ourselves that we're rarely present here. Taking a deep breath, relaxing into the moment, clear. Because you know what happens when we allow ourselves to stop and relax and breathe? What has kept you from knowing this deep, true, very subtle but powerful confidence can settle. aka all that crazy making thinking, all that monkey mind thinking, settles when you're relaxed. And confidence arises naturally when all that settles. Because like a snow globe, you've probably heard me say this example so many times, those of you that have been following for some time, a snow globe is the greatest example. You know, when you shake a snow globe, right, what happens? When you shake a snow globe, temporarily the water gets cloudy and you can't see clearly. But as will definitely, without a doubt, happen if you put the snow globe down, the snow will settle and you'll see clearly once again. The water is clear by nature, right? The same thing with your confidence. You are confident by nature. And so I say, one of the greatest definitions I say to my students and my clients is that confidence is the result. It's what naturally happens when that which has been keeping me from feeling confident settles. Let's say it in an even more clear way, more direct way. Confidence is the result of you no longer having doubt. You know, it's really simple, but it really is. When the thoughts of doubt settle, confidence is what's left. The thing is, we are so caught up in the illusion of those thoughts. We are so habitually obsessed with those thoughts. We think they're so real. We don't get them from just the natural fleeting experience that they are, that we don't even give them a chance to settle. And we add layer of thought over layer of thought over layer of thought. And we identify with those thoughts. We think they're so real. But the only thing that's real when we're having whatever thought we're having, whatever feeling we're having, is the one who's having it. The beautiful, constant, perfectly at peace, perfectly confident, divine spiritual being having that human experience. That's the only thing that's real there. Everything else is a temporary illusion that feels really real because it's happening within you. So I wanted to invite everyone to just start playing with this. You know, I go into this at so much length with my students because we do have to unlearn eons of time, eons and eons, decades and decades of programming that keep us really caught up in thinking and all that big illusion. So it takes some time to chisel that away. But who you are is confident already. And while the pull of those habits to get caught up in thinking again and get caught up in doubt is very strong, you actually can experience confident right here, right now. If you allow yourself to take a deep breath in, and relax, and get curious about that one, that constant inside who's witnessing all those fleeting thoughts, all those fleeting emotions. Stop getting so curious about those fleeting things that are just temporary and get curious about what's not temporary, what's constant. And the other thing that's really constant, you know what? The other thing that's really constant that may help make this more felt and palpable and embodied for you, the present. That's constant, that's real. And that's why there's so many teachings about be here now. When I get curious about this moment, I'm looking out, you know, the big window in front of me as I see the trees and the sunshine and the bugs and butterflies that I see flying around. I'm naturally bringing my attention away from thinking and into the present moment. And so what's happening when I pull my attention away from the thoughts settle. And I instantly feel like just a very subtle but delicious sense of goodness, wellness, peace. That's your true self. It's always there. And that's why I say it doesn't take a lot of heavy lifting. All it takes is awakening to the illusion of thought, the illusion of feeling, the temporary nature of thought and feeling. And reawakening to what it is. And giving yourself the gifts of just falling back into the deep now, to the deep, your true self, where there's just naturally peace, where there's natural confidence. Confidence is what remains when those thoughts settle. And there's no easier gateway to who you truly are, to this confidence, than the present. That's why there's so many teachings around it. But it doesn't take a lot of heavy lifting. All it takes is a few good deep breaths. You are here. Yeah, there's a reason why sometimes a few deep breaths don't do that, and maybe that'll be a topic for another video, but no, it really just begins with this simple reality. And it's not the yoga class that brought you peace. It's not climbing on top of a mountain and seeing this glorious panorama in front of you that brought you to peace. Is that those situations were very good at helping bringing you out of your thoughts so the thoughts can settle and you come back to experiencing, feeling your true nature. Who you are, peace, calm, confidence, curiosity is what is. It's what remains when those thoughts of doubt and fear and insecurity settle. So here's a good next step for you. Next time you have thoughts of insecurity, fear, anxiety, just notice them and don't get so crazy about trying to fix them or change them. Just know them, they're passing, they're fleeting. I don't have to believe them, they're illusion. And play with, how does it feel when I come back into the present moment? Play with just getting really curious and caught up with the present moment and breathing into it. Just start to be curious about this pivot and how it feels when you're really caught up, how it feels when you're really present, really clear, really centered. And start to get curious about that feeling, because that's where you really are. And that's when it's going to drive greater confidence in you than the greatest affirmations and mindset techniques can, because now you're discovering who you truly are, and who you truly are is confident. And the more you start identifying with the real you versus all the thoughts and fears and capabilities and capacities and labels that you've been identifying for so long, the more you start to identify with the real you, the more you're going to move forward in life with greater wisdom, clarity, confidence. And you can start right now. Taking a deep breath in. The more you start to do that, the less you'll be hooked by the thoughts that tell you you're anything but this. So I hope that was helpful. I'm sure it is. Leave me some comments below and tell me how this moves through you, what your experience in relationship to doubt and insecurity is, and confidence. I'm excited to hear from you, ladies. So lovely to spend my little quiet time with you. When you're in present, when you're breathing and you're clear, even service, even activity can be very soothing. That's the beauty of who we truly are. And that's how resilient we are. I love you, ladies. Love you, gentlemen, whoever of you are gentlemen that are watching this as well. And I'll catch you soon again. Take care.